So let's kick it off.
You are now watching the Unquantized Podcast. Tune in on Instagram or YouTube to build with the producer community. Live on Fridays, 4 p.m. Eastern.
And
What's good,
just
everybody?
like that,
It's Friday again.
bro. Now I really don't know what day it is. It all starting to blend together.
Yeah, that's a fact. In case y'all don't know, man, today is the day. What up, Prentice? Today is the day that our city chose to start opening back up, bro. So what's up? Where you going? Where you going tonight?
Oh man, first I'm gonna get my disinfected IV. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You know what I mean? Gotta stay safe in the streets, and then I'm gonna get a haircut. You know what I mean? Yeah, normal Atlanta stuff.
I want to get a cut so bad.
Bro, you see this is, I'm telling you, I'm coming back with dreads.
Your cup runneth over out the side of your hat?
Bruh. More fire.
Man, but listen.
On the head top.
Rich hit me last night talking about did you book your haircut appointment for the day? I'm like, man, we don't get no.
I'm not leaving the house for another month at least, bro. Even after they say it's cool, I got another month before I'm leaving the house.
Facts. So for those of you that don't know, Atlanta opened beauty salons, barbershops, tattoo parlors, massage therapy parlors, and a few other things today. And then Monday, restaurants and pretty much everything else is about to open.
I don't trust it. And you saw when Donald Trump was like, yeah, I don't agree with that. I'm like, oh, hell nah. This is super going down.
Oh, shout out to Mike and Keys in the building.
Hey, what's going on?
We got some superstar producers in the building. If you don't know, man, Mike and Keys did a lot of stuff for Nipsey, T.I., a lot of people, man. Look them up, man. Check them out. Shout out to Mike and Keys for sure. But yeah, I'm staying in, fam. I'm staying in.
You're not going to get your disinfectant shot? You're not going to drink some bleach?
Not again. No, never again, my friend.
Jermaine on YouTube says, don't get the off-brand disinfectant. That's the key.
What it got? Fake alcohol in it? Was it the O'Doul's of disinfectant?
Spice all.
Yeah, facts. ATL wild for that, man. Dog, we super wilding out here. We super wilding out here. Dog, I ain't gonna have another cut for at least 2 months.
I'm gonna be looking like J. Cole. Remember J. Cole just stopped, him and Kendrick just stopped cutting their hair?
There you go.
Had the dread. That's me.
And they let the moth eat through their shirt.
Yeah, that's me, bro.
Crazy. Wait, speaking of crazy and speaking of wilding, I got a question right here. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. Also, man, shout out to Oral Soul Beats. He submits some dope topics. But this question, I believe, is a little out there. The question is, hold on. The question is, how much should you charge for collabs? And should newer producers pay for collabs? My answer to that off the rip, I don't know. I wouldn't pay for a collab because the thing is that you and that person don't really have a relationship.
Right.
You're not really building a genuine relationship. And I think that's what a lot of this stuff is really built off of. If you just charging people to collab with you, and I mean, I ain't gonna knock your hustle, do whatever you're gonna do, but as a newer producer paying for it, I think you need to spend your time developing, better relationships and not just paying for them. What you think?
Yeah, it's crazy. Seen somebody do a collab, and I thought it was dope the way they did it. Mm-hmm. They did a collab, but they were actually working. They were streaming them working on the idea, so you could see like the process and like what they did to take it from here to there. I wasn't too mad at that. But that was the first time I seen it where I was like, oh, that makes sense. Outside of that, I'm not paying for collabs, bro.
Maybe it's just the way it's been done thus far.
Right.
I think that could be it. If it could be done in a better way, because I feel like the thing is a lot of people I saw were just trying to take advantage of people. And it was super obvious. You're just trying to take advantage of people and get some quick bread. But if there's a way that you could do it tastefully and kind of make it count, make it good for everybody involved, then like I said, I'm definitely not gonna knock the hustle, but I just think it should be done right.
Yeah, I just think it'd be weird because sometimes people try to make it seem like, oh, here's a placement opportunity. And of course, like you make a beat with somebody who's getting placement, it's an opportunity, but I don't feel like people are just going out their way to shop records with people they don't really know how they do business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to shop records that if I don't know how you do business or on the back end how it is.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know this person at all.
Yeah. So like me and you, if me and you do a record, I already know what kind of splits we doing. I already know the understanding. So I don't even trip about doing records. And all the people that I work with consistently, that's kind of how it is. Like, we don't trip about anything as far as like how we split, because we talked about it up front. We already know. But some random guy coming in, and I've seen it happen a few times where people be like, well, I did this, you know, I deserve this much publishing. It's like, bro, you might have did this part, but who shopped it? Who got it to this person? And there's all these little nuances that can cause a bunch of errors. And I don't necessarily deal with that if I don't know you like that.
Facts. Hey, if you paid for a collab before, spam the hearts. Or no matter of fact, if you paid for a collab before, put a 555 in the description. I mean, in the chat. Yeah, I don't know. Have you ever paid for a collab?
For me?
Yeah.
Shit, I bought some sounds from you. That's the closest I got. That's the closest I got.
I was the only collab you paid for. Shout out to me for that.
And that was the only one, bro. Yeah, that's about it, bro.
Damn. That's crazy. Okay, so we got a 555 in there. I know this chat. I feel like I've been neglecting the chat, but it's active.
How did that work out? Jermaine said 555 just one time. Yo, how did that work out? Let us know.
Yeah, definitely. I'm interested to know.
Just be man, no DJ. What up, bro?
What up?
Man, if y'all like DJing too, go check out my brother podcast. Without No DJs podcast, super dope.
Facts.
You know, it's crazy. The DJ in the Teddy Riley joint, B interviewed him maybe like a month or two ago. So go check that joint out. That's funny.
Oh damn. Yeah. Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
Oh, bro. So much has happened.
Yeah. So the last podcast was the night it was supposed to happen, or something like that. No, it was supposed to happen on Saturday.
Yeah, it was gonna happen. We podcast the night before.
Right, exactly. All right. So catch everybody up. By now, you already know. Teddy Riley BabyFace finally battled. What'd you think, bro?
Man. So I was going for Teddy. You know what I mean?
As we both were. Virginia.
I was going for Teddy, but I didn't equate for BabyFace and Instagram Live jumping Teddy Riley. That's what I didn't equate for. I didn't see that happening. I didn't think that was going to be an issue, but Teddy got jumped by Instagram Live. It was like Debo came out and was like, yo, this is my battle, punk. You know what I mean? It's just
BabyFace was throwing them jabs, though. He's throwing them jabs.
Yo, I have a whole new respect for BabyFace. To me, one, BabyFace seems like either he's like a killer in another life or he's like one of them cold-blooded gangsters. Like, he got that vibe about him. Like, listen here, young blood. I'll tell you, one time only.
BabyFace
he got that vibe.
He got the voice that you can only have on when you got your feet in a foot bath. I think he was sitting there with his feet in some warm water, chilling.
Yeah, bro. And he was talking, bro. I respect the sarcasm and the Cash Money shit talking he was doing. Like, anybody could talk shit like that. I have a new level of respect for him. And BabyFace, like, I just didn't expect that for him. You know,
it was some OG shit, for real.
Yeah, it just, my understanding of BabyFace is like a great songwriter, great producer. But, you know, I'm a little younger for that time, so I didn't really know much about him other than the songs. You know what I mean?
Right.
But seeing that, I'm just like, golly, yo, he's over here. This is Saturday, the first one. He was turned up, bro. Like,
bruh.
Oh, that's nice. You did that?
That's cool. How old were you?
Cool.
12? No, 21. I know it had a 1 and a 2 in it anyway.
Yeah, one of those. But yeah, I was hanging with Madonna and the conversation. I was like, bro.
The second choice, like, let me tell you a random story about how Michael Jackson wanted to go on a date with Halle Berry, and I was the middleman. I was the hitch of the situation. Not only am I a great singer and a great composer, but I'm also putting Black people together on dates. I do it all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull out my guitar for you right now.
Oh, bro, hold on. This is what he did. He was like, nah, and Teddy face just changed so quick, bro.
Teddy was like, they told me I couldn't play my keyboards.
What you mean?
They said I couldn't bring none of my Christmas presents over here, but y'all got y'all over here.
Teddy just started picking up the vocoder and trying to drag it over. Like, 1 second.
That's a fact.
But yeah, so Saturday, bro, like, I just felt like, and we were having a whole discussion. We just texted back and forth the whole time.
Right.
It was just Teddy was doing so much, bro. Like, so much. And to me, when I think of audio engineering, production, I think Teddy is like top tier. He's like God level on that. And the fact that nobody could figure out that Instagram Live was making me so angry, dog. Like, this is the simplest thing to figure out. And
see, this is the problem when you try to do something super complex and you try to put on a whole MC Hammer show, but you're trying at the end of the line, you're trying to bottle it all into a super primitive format that doesn't allow for a lot. So you're trying to really jam a lot into Instagram. And Instagram is like, nah, we're not doing all that. You better put a Beats pill by your phone and we're gonna rock like that. Otherwise, you're gonna sound crazy.
Instagram Live is trash, though. We've been dealing with issues with Instagram Live. We're just figuring out how to progress with it. So it is limited, but
true. Is it trash on purpose though?
I think they're trying to keep it simple, but they should have a way you could keep it simple. But then if you want to go further, you can, like YouTube. If you want to go live, you could literally press the button, go live. It's like basic settings. But if you want to set up OBS or something to it,
right,
you can also do that. I feel like once they figure that out, then it'll be.
But I haven't tried it this week, but I heard you could watch the live from your desktop now.
Yeah, well, it's crazy because during the Teddy thing, my homeboy was watching it off the live and it was going through, but mine wasn't showing up. So I don't know if, how they split test and stuff like that. So I don't know if I didn't get it yet, but
okay.
Yeah. Some of them not showing.
I'm like, okay, y'all unveiled that now. Is it because of everybody's home, everybody's on the internet?
Right.
And it's like, how long y'all been sitting on that shit? If y'all could do it, did y'all just wait till now to roll it out, or did it happen to coincidentally happen right now, where Instagram is getting overrun because of these verses and other things going on? You're like, oh, let's pull up that watch from the desktop joint out the bag.
Hey, we got Young Ski Beats in the building. Shout out to Young Legend.
Oh man, hold on.
And we got Black. Oh yeah, and we got Black Metaphor in here.
Oh man, come on. We got some heavy hitters in here, man. Shout out to Ski Beats, man. Shout out to Black Metaphor. What's up in the chat?
Let's see. Black Metaphor says you can go live from Zoom some type of way through some other app. Bro, we've been trying to figure that out.
Man, listen, we done been through a plethora of apps. Man.
Bro,
facts. By the way, in case you don't know who Ski Beats is, man, I just gotta say it again. Super OG of the game, Reasonable Doubt. Come on, Camp Lo Lucchini. Ooh, who don't like that song, bro? Like, and there's a whole lot of other shit, man. Shout out to Ski Beats. He got some cool contests going on right now. I mean, challenges.
It's crazy. Spooner, my homeboy Spoon, just was posting. Literally, I saw that post right before we went live.
For the Ski Beats challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Ski got some dope. He got some dope challenges going on, man. So shout out to Ski.
Yeah, man. So you ever Teddy Drink? You ever been DJing and like you trying to like blend a record, but you got one slightly off?
I've never been DJing for real, but yeah, I've done that though.
It was like every record Teddy had, it was like he was trying to beat match, but it was just slightly off. And it just that Breon thing was funny. Like the dude that was dancing as Breon, I just met him a couple of times. A&R, and bro, he was having the best time in his life.
Yeah,
bro.
When Jamie Foxx tells his story about how he ended up on, I think it was Kanye West. It was either Gold Digger or Overnight Celebrity or something. I think it was Gold Digger. But anyway, Breon was the person he talked about in that story.
Oh, okay, that makes
connection. Yeah, so yeah, Breon is not a backup dancer.
Right, he had me roll them memes. At first I was disappointed because I wanted to see this battle so bad. Like I was so hype about it, and everybody was texting all the homies and stuff. But then when the memes start coming in, I was like, okay, this made it better. You know what I mean?
Bruh,
I can live with this.
The memes start coming in an hour into the technical difficulties.
Bro,
that's crazy.
Someone said Teddy had the Essence Fest set up. I was like, yo, which is very true, bro. So he was just doing too much, and then so I'm glad they caught it. I'm glad they was like, look, we're gonna shut this down, and then we're gonna start over. Yeah. And then Monday came. And this is how I knew it was gonna be bad, bro. BabyFace had the Grammys casually sitting in the background.
Bro, did you see
2 dozen of roses
on the back, one on each shoulder, like angel wings?
Yeah, with the roses next to it. I was like, oh, it's about to go down. BabyFace is not playing no games, dog.
And BabyFace is like, I got 11 of these. I just put 2 behind me to symbolize the only 2 that you've ever won. I have 11, so technically it's like a 1 and a 1 over each shoulder. So it's kind of like my 11 and your 2, bruh.
You know how Trey Songz, he calls himself Mr. Steal Your Girl. BabyFace is Mr. Steal Your Aunt. Like, he pulling up, dog. He was ready, dog. BabyFace was ready. He was with the smoke.
Teddy switched up his selections a little bit. That was good.
Bro. The only thing, and I felt like Teddy did great. Other than it was more technical difficulties, which I was just like, come on, Teddy, like we gotta figure this out, bro. We get on Zoom, I'll help you, bro. Like,
it was some bad responses in that battle too.
Yeah, the pin the comment thing, I was like, come on, bro, y'all gotta just stick to the script. But Teddy didn't play no diggity.
Nope.
He didn't
but he played deep.
Bro, he played, what was that Jay-Z song he played? City?
You belong to the city.
Bro, you didn't play no diggity though. You didn't play Remember the Times.
Slim.
Bro, you played Jam.
My man said, did you do that?
Oh, bro, and he played that remix, dog. I was like, come on, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis about to pull up on you.
He said, did you do that? Because I thought Jimmy and Terry did that. Then he's like, it's a remix. Like, oh, I wouldn't know anything about that. I don't do remixes.
I don't do those.
Man, come on. I'd have been like, you know what, man? Where to end? But I'm just going to hit end.
Yo, BabyFace just seemed like such a gangster out of that Dre, bro. And then he was sneaking, bro. He was sneaky. He had the live performance.
Oh, for sure.
Then he had the edits on point. I was just like, yo, BabyFace know what he doing, dog. He a killer, bro. That boy ain't playing.
Ready or not. Wait, what's the chat talking about, bro? I feel like we missed a lot in the chat.
Let's see.
Zoom is clutch.
East, we were in the middle of conversation. We got you, bro. We are going to get to that. Let's see. He said, Ski B says, man, they put memes out in 5 seconds after. Yeah,
bruh, stuff is still going on. I'm like, you got screenshots from what's going on currently.
But shout out to them for breaking the Instagram, because I didn't notice some people couldn't get into the live.
What?
So so I don't know if you noticed, people were watching.
iPhone.
Yeah, people were watching off other people's like Instagram lives, which I was like, yeah, why is people doing that? Couldn't get into the live. I was like, this is really like the club. Oh,
they really broke the jump. But I could get into it. I can get into it on my Galaxy, on my Samsung, but I couldn't get into it on my iPhone.
18 to dip, 21 to sip.
Facts.
Come see Teddy Riley live.
They killed it. So imagine, and not to jump ahead, but imagine a Jermaine Dupri versus Puff type battle.
Ooh.
I don't think our current internet infrastructure can handle anything like that, bro.
Yeah, that's why I don't think Instagram is the way to do it. I feel like you're gonna have to do it off of Twitch, or you're gonna have to something with more bandwidth, because this whole Instagram joint is not the way, bro.
So is it time to leave Instagram?
I think so. I think Versus could do way better. And even, I mean, we have these discussions all the time about moving away from Instagram because it's so limited in the stuff that we could do. Like, even like now, bringing on guests. Like, if it's a one-on-one situation, you could bring on a guest. But
but right now, we can't bring anybody in here right now.
Exactly. But if we're on YouTube, we could bring in 20 people, so it's like,
true. That
kind of thing is, it's limited. So I think for Versus to grow, they're going to have to figure something out. And I would love that sound quality to step up a little bit, because I just feel like I like it through the speaker and I get it, but it's just like, man.
See, this is where Teddy about to shine on you.
Right.
Teddy about to be like, yo, now if you want the real experience, like I had on my website, this is where y'all need to go.
Yo, he had a full-length feature film going on. The overhead DJ cam,
bruh. Instruments, multiple mics, choreographed dance steps.
Bro, that just had me
yeah, he's a showman.
Super weak.
Ski B said Teddy was tripping.
Oh
yeah,
right, definitely.
Yeah. Teddy was doing his own thing. Teddy's about to put on the show. He's like, I'm gonna learn all y'all asses today. But the real winner of at least Saturday night's battle, honestly, is Spice Adams. Everybody give it up.
Bro.
Give
Him
it
and
up
Avion Crockett. Bro, I don't think I've ever watched Instagram Live that long, like from start to finish. I watched every second of it.
Right, I watched the whole thing, bro.
Bro, I was in there roll, and bro, they had it so down. They had the Ring doorbell sound effects going off.
My man had the static, the pixelation.
I don't know how they did that, bro. I don't know how they pulled that off.
The pixelation, dog.
Bro. If find the clips on YouTube or something, but that joint had me dying laughing, bro.
And it was about what? How long was that joint?
It's like an hour. It was a solid hour.
I watched the whole thing. When you sent it to me, I woke up at like 4:00 in the morning just because I woke up. I started watching that joint. I watched that shit over and over from like 4 to 6. That joint is hilarious.
We'll see. So 3K Wave says YouTube Live would be the solution. The only problem that I could see with YouTube Live is the whole copyright thing.
Oh yeah, you can't play nothing on there.
YouTube is, I mean, Instagram low key is like tricky because if you notice, like trap DJs, they're like having to play older stuff because if you play the baby record on Instagram Live, they kicking you off instantly, bro.
That's crazy. So what? Okay, so here's like the some dark web ish type of shit. How far do you have to throw off the pitch and throw off the tempo before you don't get flagged?
Not that much, but here's the thing: the cleaner the audio, the better it detects. So you know what I'm saying? It's like we want the clean audio, but I guess that's another reason why they keep saying no iRigs and none of that was because I think the iRig causes a delay or it's too much stuff going on. If you try to hook too much like Teddy did, then it's gonna cause issues. And then two, the cleaner the audio, the better it picks up for the copyright detection. So if you're playing it through a speaker and it's like a secondhand source, it's not as strong. You know what I mean? But if you got that super clean audio, they're like, oh yeah, we got you.
Damn, bro. Damn, that's crazy. Let's see. He played Eric Clapton. Yeah, it's his halftime song. That was G.
On the casual.
That was G. And called it his white song. Bruh.
Yeah, Babyface is G, man.
Yeah. Tim and Swiss said the next one will be better, delivered through more sources. Okay.
Dope.
Shout out to Tim and Swiss too, man.
I'm gonna say, how do I say this without? I feel like it's one that's gonna come, but somebody's dunking the smoke, bro. I feel like
I think I know who you're talking about, man.
Somebody's dunking the fade, bro. I feel like that's what's going on. I'm just gonna say I'm assuming that that's what's going on, but I just think that's very funny. They ducking the smoke.
They ducking the smoke from the right person, though.
Yeah, that's true. And then Havoc and Alchemist are supposed to do one.
You know I'm there for that. That's my bag.
Yeah, that's gonna be real gangster.
Oh, that's definitely my bag. I'm there with a do-rag on.
Bruh, I want to see like the Heat Makers do one, so I can pull out the Averex jacket. You know what I mean? The oversized, you know what I mean? 7 8/8 fitted hat. You know what I mean?
I want to see them do one, but there's nobody for them to go against.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's nobody for the Heat Makers to go. It's like it's no even matchup.
Yeah.
So
Dr. Dre is never going to do it.
Nah, I got a hot take about Dr. Dre doing it though. It depends on who it's against. If Dr. Dre versus Puff, I don't know. And the only reason I say that is because I'm talking about the audience you're playing for,
bro.
Now, Dr. Dre could play a ton of shit off of a lot of albums that I'm gonna love it, and I know a lot of people that are gonna love it. But like a 22-year-old chick somewhere might not want to hear a Eazy-E song. You feel me?
And Diddy,
and if you're going against Puff
clubs,
bro, even if you didn't listen to it, you heard your mama listen to it. If you're that young, Like, and there's nothing that Puff could play that I won't just like completely lose my mind to.
Nah, that's real.
Come on, bro. He gonna play Biggie, of course. He gonna play Mace. He played Total. He played anything. I mean, he can play some Black Rob songs. You still won't go crazy.
Special Delivery. So Harlem Shaking, bro. Come on, man.
Man, come on. Yeah, and what you gonna play against the Benjamins? I mean, it's not like Dre ain't got
Dre. And even with Teddy, I feel like if Teddy's playlist was better, he would have won that one. But the fact that what he played wasn't, he had the right tools. His just execution wasn't the greatest in that situation. And in my theory, I still think stands of the more club-driven records will dominate the more emotional-driven records if they're played right. But Teddy had a lot of stuff going against him, you know, the sound thing from previously. Then his playlist I felt was kind of off. It was like records. I'm just like, why didn't he play that, bro?
He definitely played a lesser known Michael Jackson song.
And you got one of the biggest Michael Jackson records of all time. That blew my mind, bro.
I was lost on that one.
I'm like, bro, if you do not play Remember the Times, bro, I would have played the extended version where he spun around and turned into sand and then popped back up.
Yeah. You would have made everybody watch the video with Magic Johnson in it. Yeah.
I would have been in there, dog.
Dog, song selection means a lot. It means a lot. It's where you play certain shit. But yeah, it's a lot of things that Teddy could have played that he didn't play.
Yeah,
and
so I think
Babyface pulling out shit like 2 occasions. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
2 occasions. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's tough. But I definitely think it's so weird though, because people will be like, "Oh, well, Dre would wash Puff." I'm like, "No, bro, that ain't no wash, bro. Like y'all sleeping on Puff, dog." And I don't. Once you get to that level, I don't think it's anybody that's gonna wash anybody.
Oh no.
That level it's like Neptunes versus anybody. I still nobody really wants to smoke with Neptunes because that catalog is so crazy. Even if Neptune's Kanye, I don't even want to see that because Kanye got some stuff, and I'm a huge Kanye fan, but I just don't think that's the
Neptune's Kanye. You think Neptune's gonna take it?
Yeah, I definitely think Neptune's just for the diversity. You know what I'm saying? Kanye has a great records, but they're all kind of in one kind of lane in a way. Damn, you know, he's got a few like that Brandy, like Think About Our Love and all that stuff, but I think it's like, what are you gonna do when the Neptunes play like the SWV, like, you know what I mean, and get in that bag, or you know, they get into the pop kind of bag, like it's like
he gonna play Flashing Lights.
Yeah, but
and he gonna play Stronger. He could actually low key get into like at least 3 songs off the Yeezus bag in that battle.
Oh, Yeezus?
Yeah, and in my mind, nothing should be gone to from the Yeezus album, but yeah, against Neptunes, he can pull out a lot of stuff.
Someone said Hitmaker will wash a lot of cats. That's facts. Hitmaker he's a tough one, bro.
So Hitmaker versus Khaled.
I would like to see that one. I would like to see that. Damn. Khaled. Only thing about Khaled is his records to me are really hit or miss. It's either they're really great or I can't stand them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's because they're so commercial. Hitmaker to me is more for the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like his is more like they might not be the biggest hits, but the streets will feel them a little bit, you know?
It's more effortless.
Yeah.
But DJ Khaled, you feel like you watching him like prep the food and make the dough. With Hitmaker, it's just he just coming out the kitchen with a pizza. To me, that's what it seemed like. DJ Khaled, like, I'm gonna show you the marketing behind this joint. I'm gonna show you the
right.
Yeah. So, but all right. Did we spend enough time on the versus stuff? Because I think I could talk about this all show.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let's get some of these comments. Kanye would win that battle. Says DJ Wayne Nice. I don't know. Organized
for the crowd though. I can see Kanye taking it with who the crowd might be.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. And I mean, I was wrong about the Teddy one, but I was wrong because of circumstances, not because of catalog.
Oh, a lot of us were wrong about the Teddy one, bro. I was super wrong.
Just Blaze versus Hitmaker?
Nah.
I don't know if that's
not a good matchup.
Yeah.
That's a lot of super underground hip hop and with a few top 40 cuts against all top 40 cuts.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good one. Let's see. Hey, that shirt is fire. Or what shirt you got on?
Oh,
Bro,
I got on the,
no.
So listen,
no.
plug time. I got on the Nipsey. Hold
Bro,
on.
we're twins.
Oh, you got that shit on? Wait, so we did.
Damn it, man. We're brothers. We're singing and we're colored. I saw
hey, listen, man. That's hilarious.
Fire, Oracle. I was like, wait, what? I was like,
damn.
wait. I
Slim, we look like an old couple at Kings Dominion. Damn. Anyway, Beats Music made this shirt. Shout out to Beats Music. He sent us both a shirt. Not gonna lie, this was a long time ago. This is probably before Christmas. It was, whenever it was. And we just happened to wear the shirt today at the same time. That's crazy, man.
Damn it, man.
Damn.
We're happy and we're singing and we're colored.
I got a wild take. That's the man version of our quarantine outfits starting to sync up. You know.
Dang, bro. Oh my God.
You know.
Shout out to whoever just put a crazy link in the chat. Nobody's gonna click it because we can't. That's not how Instagram works.
Damn, I was trying to click it too. I was trying to scratch that joint and everything.
Damn, you was trying to see it. You trying to check it out?
Yeah, I was. Damn, bro.
J Black versus A-Rap Music. I'm not mad at that. It's got to be a finger drumming thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It would have to be a finger drumming competition, though. Not like a catalog competition, but a finger drumming competition. That'd be pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Alchemist versus Havoc. I think it's on the way.
I'm with it. I'm there all night for that, for sure. Tim and Bob versus Trackmasters. I was thinking about who could go against Trackmasters. First of all, shout out to the homie Tim Kelly, man. Tim is the homie. Mm-hmm. Tim and Bob versus Trackmasters. I think Trackmasters might have a long. Well, no, I can't even say that because Tim and Bob got a long run.
Oh yeah, man. We need to get like a super like hood one, like Shawty Red versus like.
Wait, Shawty Red versus Bangladesh.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Like we need that one.
Ooh, that'd be Shawty Red versus Bangladesh. Woo.
Yeah, I feel like that battle come with a felony. You listen to them songs, bro.
Oh, 100%.
you about to be turned up listening to that.
I feel like I'm gonna be drinking a Fiji and it's just gonna turn into lean.
Ooh, Shawty Red versus Drummer Boy. That's another good one. Drummer Boy is another one that I feel like people sleep on, bro. His catalog is stupid.
Yeah. Okay, I guess it's a lot more battles to go. In my mind, we were kind of done.
Yeah, I think it's a few more in there. I just want to see some more big ones like that though. Like I think that Teddy and Babyface kind of open up the doors for the super pay-per-view versions, you know, and then you can have the undercards.
Yeah.
Like I mean, if they put it on a bigger platform and they charge like $2 to see it, but it was like set up like that, I would pay that to see with good quality audio.
Yeah.
I would gladly pay for that.
But what does everybody have to get prior to that to make their audio good? I mean, because the problem seems to be no one knows the basics or the techniques or the strategy of the perfect setup for this. And I think that honestly, Tim and Swiss should analyze the battles, and whoever had the best audio, like the top 3 people that had the best audio, find out what they did and then put together like a standard operating procedure about, all right, if you're going to be in verses, this is how you should set up your audio for the best results. I think that would be dope because right now it seems to be people are finding out way too late in the game that they don't have good audio. Also, man, shout out to Henny. Henny actually put out a video about a dope setup for audio streaming on Instagram. His timing was good with it. It was like right after the battle had went wrong on Saturday night, so he really did his thing, man. So shout out to Henny from the business.
The business.
Facts.
So you want to talk about young Busy Works Beats versus young Curtis King? Who you got, man? Who your money on, dog?
First of all, Shout out to Busy Works Beats. Shout out to Curtis King, man. I'm gonna have to go with Busy because that's the homie. Curtis King, the homie too. But I'm just have to go with Busy because Busy the homie, and that's gonna be good. That's the 26th, right?
It's today, I think. Busy, let me know. I think it's today.
Wait, what now?
The 24th.
Today? Tonight?
I think so.
Oh, so that's the answer to what am I doing tonight?
Yeah. There we go.
Got you. Who you got, bro?
I'm gonna be over there. I got Busy, man. I got a home team, man. I'm gonna be over there. If y'all play Call of Duty, I'm gonna be over there throwing rocks like it's the gulag. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Busy said tonight at 9 p.m.
Oh man, come on, we there, man.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man, show up, check it out, man. Everybody in here needs to go watch that battle. I'm pretty sure. I just want to hear Busy's commentary.
Oh yeah,
that's all I know.
I feel like Chambers been in the tuck making these memes. Them memes, I've been seeing nothing but memes flying. I was like, this smells like Chambers.
Chambers about to fire you up, bro.
Bro,
Chambers about to throw you in some of
smoke. I don't want no smoke with Chambers, dog. He been bullying me, dog.
Chambers finna fire you up, bro. Watch. There's gonna be Trizzle memes everywhere.
He be sending me memes on the casual too. It just be a random, like I wake up and it's just a meme of me getting roasted. And I'm just like, bro, stop taking my video and making memes, dog. Leave me alone.
When you gonna open the Trizzle memes page?
I don't know, bro. It's becoming. I'm gonna open up a Reddit.
Shout out to Reddit. There's still people sleeping on Reddit.
Oh yeah, that's my drink.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we should take a hot second aside to put. It's somebody in here that doesn't know about the goodness of Reddit, and I think they really need this word.
Reddit is what do they call it? Like the front page of the internet. It's like I see memes on there like a week before they hit the Instagram. You know what I mean? It's just like where everything starts to me is on Reddit. Yeah, and it's all kinds of greatness. Like, what's your favorite subreddits? Mine's is Photoshop battles. People take a random picture and then everybody Photoshops a different version of it. Bro, hilarious, bro.
I'm gonna tell you about a dope subreddit. Interesting AF. You can just type in interesting AF. I don't know why I'm not cussing on this particular sentence. I've been cussing the whole show, but I'm just gonna say interesting AF. Check that out. That's one of my favorite subreddits. Like when I'm in the bed and I'm about to fall asleep, but I'm doing a little, being on the phone thing. That's where I go for sure.
Yeah, check out Reddit.
Yeah, I have my own Reddit page. I don't know why, but
snap.
Yeah, I went in and got my own Reddit page. Yeah.
Ooh, someone says JD and Dallas Austin.
I'm
not. I still think. Yeah, it's a good one. Dallas got them sleepers.
He do.
Dallas got a lot of hits, bro.
But do you think JD will get him out of here?
JD is difficult because JD has a lot of those culture cuts, even more than Dallas got some, but JD got them like crisscross, bro. Like them joints is just like, bro, what are you doing in those situations?
My man gonna play he gonna play some escape songs.
Bro, yeah. So JD is like, what do you think about Click versus Click? I would like to see that.
That'd be dope.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. And I still want to see Juicy J.
Telling you, man, they don't want that Juicy J smoke, bro.
Nah, they don't.
He's like even angrier Little John. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like demonic Lil Jon. But I will say, before we get out of this whole versus thing, I don't think a lot of people want to smoke with B Cox.
Yeah, don't do it.
I'm gonna put that out there. I don't think you want the B Cox smoke.
Don't do it to yourself.
I don't think you want it. I don't think you want it. That's a bad man right there. Y'all need to leave B Cox alone.
And I feel like Brian's gonna have the keyboard right there, ready. He gonna pull that BabyFace.
Bro, Brian is gonna DJ his set like a DJ. You gonna think it's D Nice battling somebody,
bro? And then he gonna have the keytar right there, just turn up on you,
son. That's the turn keytar.
Teddy should have pulled out the keytar, bro.
If anybody would have pulled out a keytar, it's Teddy Riley.
He should have did it. Ooh, Quick versus Battle Cat. I'm not mad. I gotta take Battle Cat though. Battle Cat is like, he's in my top, bro. Battle Cat is amazing.
Battle Cat for sure.
Someone said Oracle versus Trizza, man. We same
this
team.
This is second
man.
week, man. This is second week. I think we ran through half our playlist last week too.
I don't think nobody wanted to smoke with us though. That's what
I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
Go hit for hit. You know what I mean?
That Unquantized smoke, you don't want that.
Ooh, they don't want it.
You don't want that. You don't want that. Shorty Ray versus Drum Boy. Yeah. Or Underground. Okay. All right, y'all really going there. These are crazy.
Johnny Giuliano versus Vibes.
Yeah.
They're gonna start bringing out random battles. Johnny got the slaps though. I ain't gonna lie. Johnny got some hard ass beats.
That's a fact. Yo, all right. So this is kind of going out of verses, but not really. We talking about big name producers, and Benny Blanco came to mind because have you seen Dave on Hulu?
I have. I haven't seen I got up to episode 4, I want to say.
They got new episodes out now.
Oh, I can't wait.
I watched them yesterday. Benny Blanco is in.
Oh, his story is crazy too.
Yeah.
You know his story?
Mm-mm.
He was making music for pornos, bro, and got discovered off of that.
Like Fruity Loops.
He's the Fruity Loops of producers.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, he was making music for that, got discovered, worked under Dr. Luke for a long time. And that lineage is crazy. That Dr. Luke, Max Martin.
That's where the verses need to go.
Bruh.
I guess we back in the verses, but that's where verses need to go. Need to get a little bit of that in there too. Little Max Martin and all that.
Bro, I didn't know Doja Cat is signed to Dr. Luke. I didn't even realize that.
I didn't either. But when I saw her on a major commercial that was promoting her song, but it was like real prime time, like we're gonna take this is a real advertisement. I knew it was something behind what she had going on. Shout out to Doja Cat, man.
Yeah.
People don't remember the Cow song.
Man, she been out here before then, bro.
Yeah.
Because she signed the RCA. It had to be right when I first started working with Jay. They was like talking about her. So it had to be 2012, maybe 13. Woo. And I think she had signed the RCA then.
Yeah, but she can really sing though.
Oh yeah, she's dope.
Yeah.
She's super dope.
Somebody said you got the gospel artist joining in. John P. Key versus Hezekiah Walker. Come on, man. Y'all got it. Come on. Chill out.
They're going to have a brief intermission where you send in your ties to Cash App. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to see gospel people versus each other. That don't even seem right. Like, y'all need to sit back together and drink some wine that used to be water and just kind of chill out,
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's going to get to a point where it's going to go too far.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. But, the last one I'm checking out for real is Beats Music versus Curtis King tonight. I gotta see that. Shout out Team Busy.
Yeah, Busy. Yeah.
Shout out Busy Works Beats.
Yeah, shout out to the homie, man.
Beat Billionaire versus Heatmakers. Nah.
Shout out to Beat Billionaire though.
For sure.
VA, Young Virginia.
Yep. All right, man. Oh, we have a question. Another question in the chat. Should producers seek mentors? I definitely think so. Yeah, you should. I think no matter what you're in, you should seek a mentor, whether you're a producer or, you might do drop shipping. It could be any type of thing that you're into. I think you need a mentor. That's the best thing for you.
Bro, I have several, bro. I have a lot, bro, in the game.
Yeah. If you are in a position to find a mentor in everything that you deem important or just things that you're stuck at in life, then you'll be ahead of the curve. I mean, technically, it's a person that's been through what you're going through and knows how to do it the right way. Why wouldn't you seek out that type of person? It's going to shortcut a lot of things for
everything.
Yeah. I mean, hey, the most valuable thing is time. And that is the thing that having a mentor will save you, as well as like stress, a lot of self-doubt, a whole bunch of things. So I think as a producer, you need a mentor. As an engineer, you need a mentor. As anything, you need a mentor for real.
Bro, I got mentors for business stuff. I got mentors for production. I got mentors, for everything. You know what I mean? Like, I try to keep people around me. That's why I think me and Oracle so cool. Because if I'm going through something, I call him like, bro, what'd you do in this situation? Or he trying to figure out something. Like,
I hit you up for sure.
Yeah, and this is like, so we kind of help each other figure the stuff out. So, you know, and I feel like that helped you get a lot further when it's not just your own perspective. When you got outside perspectives of like, yo, did you think about this way? And it's like, oh, snap. All right, cool. I ain't even think about it like that.
Right. The best thing a mentor could tell you is, I remember when I did that and this is what happened. Man, listen, do you understand how much time and how much life stuff that saves you right there, just having that bit of information?
Right.
Man, that's crazy. But yeah, so to answer that question, you definitely need a mentor.
What do you think mentors are looking for? Some of them are extremely picky. I mean, you got to think of it like this, though. Like, most people say when they want a mentor, they want somebody to take them under their wing and teach them everything. But in a lot of those situations, it's not beneficial for that person to teach them everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to look at it, what's in it for them? Why is it going to be worth their time?
Yeah.
And not everybody's going to be like that, but a lot of people, especially if they're super busy, it's like, yo, you got to understand they got so much going on. You add a chore for them to keep up with something. So you got
That's a good fact. Yeah. I think people overlook the fact that, like, yeah, you're asking a person, like, first of all, learn who I am, listen to my stuff. Then here's what I want to know from you. Find time for me. Like, you're asking a lot of a person that you already deem to be busy. I think a mentor a lot of times just has to see something it just has to be something in you, not just the fact that you want a mentor. Otherwise, a lot of people would like to help a lot of people, but you have to, like, make it, like you said, worth your while. And I think as a mentor, you would have to see something in the person that just makes it worth your time for whatever reason.
That's
nice.
Yeah. Simba, what up, bro?
Yo, fly for no reason.
Hey.
Yep.
This podcast is my mentor in a sense. Hey,
man, look at us, man, mentoring on a Friday.
Look, the kids are growing up. Oh, shout out to Chambers. Chambers he mixed a Guap Dad record when it came out.
Hey,
that was a proud moment, man. I was like, my dog growing up, man.
Damn, he out here killing. Shout out to
Chambers. He gonna be all right. He one of the people, you know. He gonna figure it out.
Yeah. Okay, here's a good question. What are some keys to a dope beat tape or a dope instrumental album? Man, I would say versatility. Yeah. It's hard to put things like that into words, but I just think when you do stuff like that, if you find the people that do best of that, to me, they find their bag, and then you could tell, like, they're aiming to be the best that they could possibly be in whatever bag that is. Those are the beat tapes I enjoy the most. A lot of them have versatility, but even if they aren't super versatile, like, it could be a lo-fi beat tape by one producer that might have a certain sound, like a Jay Dilla. Let's take Dilla, for instance. Dilla had a style. It was a sound. There was versatility in the sound, but it was definitely a confined sound. But you could just tell, like, out of that bag, whether it's his bag that he created or whatever, he was the best in whatever bag that was. And that's what made every J Dilla beat tape interesting for me to listen to. And I think that's what makes a dope beat tape. Like, have a sound and then just go super hard at that sound and just try to be the best at it.
Beats Music brings up a good point. He says also how you arrange the album is key. Keep the vibe. What was that? Was it Kanye? Was it Yeezus? I feel like it was Yeezus. Yeezus, and even Kanye says in the interviews that if he would have arranged it differently, people would accept it way more. But he started off so weird that by the time you got to the good records, you kind of already have a weird feeling about the album.
I think Yeezus is a reach for that argument, but I do agree with with the strategy and what's being said there. I do think that you could have rearranged Yeezus better, in my opinion. I still would have felt exactly the same as I felt about the album, regardless of the sequencing.
If it would have started off like with Blood on the Leaves rather than the weird distorted kind of joints, then at least I would have got further. But as soon as I start hearing the weird joints, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna like this one. You know what I mean? And that's what kind of, like, I didn't get that far. But like I'm a fan of K-Tronada. Like, K-Tronada's albums, he has a lane, if you listen to K-Tronada Beats, he uses the same sounds on a lot of those records, but he flips them every time. And his projects it's an arrangement to it. It's a certain feel, and it's like it goes up and down, its peaks, its valleys. It's kind of like you got a DJ a set. You know, it's like energy up, and then you want to drop down, and you want to build it back up. So that's the way I would look at arranging those. If you did a project, just keep it interesting is the main thing, I think. It's instead of just having one static kind of sound where it's like everything's the same BPM and stuff, like interludes, skits, stuff that's just gonna keep the pace up and make it interesting. Oh shit.
That's fine. Damn. So with that being said,
stop calling me.
What about interludes? Are you an interlude fan?
If they're done right. I
think interludes can tie an album together very well, and it could help. It's kind of like foreshadowing of something in a movie. It could kind of help guide the person through different transitions of the album. But like you said, if they're done right, if interlude is properly placed and properly done, it could really govern the listener's mood through an album, as well as like not jar them, because some songs, like you go out of a song, it might be a certain vibe, and then you go into another song where the energy might be like 10 times that, and it's jarring as hell.
You're right, exactly.
But if you have a properly placed interlude that will let people know like it's about to get more exciting or whatever, it won't be as jarring when you go into the next song.
Boy Wonder says Wu-Tang and Pete Rock had some of the best interludes. No, that's facts.
Yeah, for sure.
They had some good ones.
For sure.
College 3K Wave says College Dropout had great interludes.
See,
that is fact. That's
interludes
one of my favorites.
Dope, man. And interludes were memorable.
We broke.
Okay, so now the difference too, we got to remember there's a difference between interludes and skits.
Yeah, that's true.
Interludes to me are mostly musical. They can have vocals in them, but it's kind of like not a song, or it's like a very short song. But now a skit, interludes do great with governing the mood, but a skit does so even more. But it has to be pulled off more successfully than an interlude does.
You're right.
To count. No, because a skit going wrong could not be funny or not be whatever, and it just sound super crazy.
Because you remember, I think it was Tory Lanez, and he had an album, and it was like a skit after every song. And after a while, I was just like, all right, this is annoying, bro.
Skitted you out?
Bruh. Skid Row, bro.
Skid Row.
Let's see. I love the interludes on Good Kid, Mad City. Mm-hmm. Whatever happened to secret tracks on albums, bro? That is a good, bro.
That's a good point. Good question.
The Neptunes were kings of that, bro. Like, was it? Which is it? The Clones? It's one of those. It's a Jay-Z record, and I hate the first Jay-Z record, and then it's like a secret song within that song.
Yeah,
it's I Really Like You, Girl. That's what they're, and I love that record, bro. I would just every time this it's old because I would like have a CD and I would like fast forward. I would be holding the button like
just to get to that part,
just to get to that song. Then I'm like, all right, cool, I'm in there, and then skip the song afterwards.
Man, I will say this though, when it comes to skits and interludes, I believe they should only be like before a song, if not on their own. I like them on their own.
Right.
But don't stick one at the end of a song for me, because if I like it, I'm not gonna really listen to it like that because it's so hard to get to. So
we'll see. Doggy Style has some good interludes.
Facts.
That's facts. Lucky Day has some good interludes. Lucky Day is fire, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Lucky Day.
They don't have CDs or tapes, so it's almost no point in secret songs and albums. I mean, they don't sell. Yeah, that is kind of true.
Yeah, true.
I still miss it, bro.
It's nostalgia for sure.
It's just like that surprise of when like the song like completely changes and you like, oh snap, like I wasn't expecting this, and then it just goes back to something else.
Facts. Shout out to Danger. Danger Hands he's the king of that.
What was it? Hello, Good Morning. Oh my god, that change up,
bruh. Yo, Danger is the king of the change the beat in the middle of the beat and then change the beat again, and then maybe go back, or maybe you get into a new song you didn't know you was here.
Danger need to do K-pop. He would kill.
What? Shout out to Danger, man.
Bro, Them K-pop beats, bro. Sometimes I be hating them though. It'd be so many changes, dog. It's like making 5 beats and just jamming it into one.
Facts.
Them joints be switching, dog.
Facts. But they about to kick us off, bro.
Oh, is that time already?
Yep, it is. We are at about 57 minutes. So before they kick us off, I want to kind of close clean and then come back clean.
Yeah, if we didn't get to your questions, come back. It's a couple good ones. I'm seeing Nicholas Terry got a good question. There's a couple other questions over here that's good. So we'll answer them when we come back. What you got going on, Oracle?
Man, listen, the art of beat mixing, it's a course Young Realistic and myself put together. It's about how to mix your beats using only stock plugins, no need for fancy, expensive plugins, reasonably priced, way more inexpensive than school. Check it out, soundoka.net. It's the first banner you see, the art of beat mixing. Change your sound, change your life.
Hey.
What you got, dog?
Man, I've been working on a lot of dope products, just finishing those up. I got some stuff for the people, man, coming out probably next week. So just make sure you're on the producerkit.com, sign to the mailing list. So you be the first to know. It's dope stuff. Just finishing it up, getting everything polished and tightened up. But I think people will enjoy.
Facts. My man. Well, look, we about to get off. We're going to come right back for the second half of Unquantized Podcast.
Hey.
Later.
Yeah.
Boom. Save to story.
YouTube. Be patient, please. Thank you, sir. Nicholas Terry, we're about to answer your question. How's it going?
Yeah, we're going right back in. And just hit the button.
This is why Instagram need to fix their shit.
Dog, do we really have the same shirt on?
We do, bro. And the crazy thing is, I was like, oh, I didn't even think about. I was like, I haven't worn this in a while.
Facts.
Switch up.
So I thought the same thing.
And then as soon as I saw Beats Music comment, it was like, yo, Oracle, nice shirt. I was like, oh man.
Slim. And I didn't even peep that you had the same shirt on.
Bro, as soon as I saw Beats Music comment, I was like, oh no. And I was like, what shirt you got on, man?
I don't know how I should feel about this. We're gonna chalk it up to great minds think alike, and we're just gonna leave it at that.
I feel like it makes it a little better because it's a Nipsey shirt. You know what I mean? So it's like,
there you go. Like, it's sure hard. It's sure hard.
What you gonna say? Twinning it up with somebody, at least let it be a Nipsey shirt or something. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. The real winner of today is Beats Music.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll say that.
We look like we brothers and we about to go to Six Flags.
That's a fact. We look like Will Ferrell, Homeboy, and Step Brothers.
Oh man.
Oh man. All right, cool. So wait, do you remember the question? Because I know we had a couple good questions when we went out on the first half. Do you remember the question?
Yeah. So one is, do you have art of vocal mixing for singers?
No, but funny enough, I was just on Slack with Realistic, and I was like, yo, the art of vocal mixing, that should really be like one of our next joints. Because a lot of people talked about vocals. They were like, can you include a vocal part in the art of beat mixing? And I was like, because we update and we add chapters like sporadically, even though people already bought it, we add chapters every now and again, and we just alert you like, boom, it's a new chapter. You can go log in and watch it. And a lot of people were asking for vocal chapters, which I thought was cool, but vocal mixing is really Realistic's bag. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if you get into the art of beat mixing and you just put a vocal part in there, how much can you really get into your bag? And like, this is your shit. Like, this is really where you super shine at. So I think it should probably be its own course. And then maybe we could add a little bit of the intro to that or something into the art of beat mixing, just to let people know, like, there's an art of vocal mixing. But I really think that's dope, man. I really think it should be its own course, because a lot of people want to know how to mix vocals. So
that's fine. Hell yeah.
For sure.
Oh, and I think tomorrow, Diego hit me. It's like, yeah, we should go live, listen to some people's music. So I'm gonna send out an email. I'm gonna talk to him tonight, get the time. But I think we're gonna go on Instagram Live. We're gonna listen to some beats, get some feedback. Do a little talent scouting. And
that's fire. Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. I think we're gonna do it probably a little early, maybe like 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm gonna get the official time with him tonight.
Basically, go to theproducerkit.com, sign up for the newsletter. That way you can get that email. When Trizza make the email, you can get it and you can know, because I want to be there for sure. I'm gonna be in there. I'm not sending no beats in, but I'm gonna be there.
Bro, I've been on this content, bro. I haven't been uploading on YouTube, but I've recorded 6 videos so far. So I'm trying to stock up. I'm gonna stock up. That's because if I got to do it week by week, I figured I'm gonna get overwhelmed and something's gonna happen. It's gonna throw me off. So
that's a smart strategy.
I'm stocking up. I'm trying to get to 10 videos, and then I'm gonna start dropping more videos and doing more streams and stuff.
Well, I had a question for you, but you actually answered it. I was gonna be like, how many videos do you feel like you need to stock up before you start putting them out? But you said 10. And I think 10 is a really good number. I mean, of course, it depends on the frequency that you're going to put them out at, but I think 10 is a really good number.
Yeah, I think that'll do it. And it just, so I could, like, if I have something new, I could fit something in. But I'm definitely want to start streaming. I want to start listening to more people's music and stuff like that. But I've been working to get the stream set up fire how I want it. I have a concept in my head for this stream. And I spent all Monday figuring it out. So yeah, I think it's gonna be fire.
Dope.
And someone says, what's my YouTube? If you go on YouTube and type in Trizza music production videos, they'll pop up. Oh, so let's get to this question. Oh, well, Ponzu said, what up, fellas? You talk about the Teddy Riley BabyFace yet? Feels like I missed it. Yeah,
that was like, honestly, like 60% of the first half.
Yeah, we just talked about it. Shout out to Ponzu. He just, bruh.
Yeah, for sure.
Just help me out. Just help me out on some major stuff. So Nicholas Terry says, do you think it's possible nowadays to make a living as an artist with only merch, YouTube streaming, collaborations without performing live?
I do. I think you can, but I think a major component to that might be how much of an audience or how much brand recognition you have before this change happened. Now, I think it's going to, of course, be slightly different or way more difficult for somebody who's now, you might be on the brand recognition and the growing the audience step of that. And so it's going to be a little bit slower of a burn. But if you already had an audience, if you already had a devoted following, people that were already buying your products or buying your tickets when you were doing shows or going on tour, I think at this point you could probably put in more merch, more projects, more access, and I don't know if you would match up depending on where you were, but I do think it would help out a great deal.
Yeah, especially now, bro. It ain't no performing live right now unless you live streaming.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so if you could sell, like, if you up your merch marketing like 10x or 5x or whatever, it could supplement some of or all of that touring income depending on how much money you were making touring. But then you could also you see artists doing things like OnlyFan pages.
Yeah.
At the time. That's super wild. But you could grant maybe not doing that, because I think that's changing the narrative of what OnlyFans really
could have went to Patreon. You ain't have to go that far.
Leave the ratchet stuff to being ratchet. But I think if you add a little more access, a couple more extra things, you could supplement a lot of, if not all of, that touring money.
But when you say without performing live, the thing that I would say is you're going to have to substitute that performing with something like doing a live stream and communicating with people. Yeah, because merch isn't easy to sell, bro. It's 2 people who try to sell merch lots of times. It's not easy to sell merch at all.
Not at all, bro.
It's really, and when you think about merch, you're buying it because you like the person. You know what I'm saying? If someone gets Travis Scott merch, it's because they like Travis Scott. If they getting, those Aaliyah band shirts, it's because you love Aaliyah. It's not really, it's not really about the shirt. It's more about the person behind it. Fact. And so building that brand up and like getting people to like you is more of the tool that you need to sell merch, rather than, because anybody, to be honest, anybody could throw a shirt up online, bro. It's super simple. I could walk you through it in 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But that part after that of getting people to it and people to buy it, that's a more difficult part, which takes a little more time.
Yeah. A lot of this shit goes back to branding, man. Like, and that's the slowest burn of everything. Like building your audience, getting brand recognition. Now is a good time to start if you haven't started already. but like brand recognition really matters. I feel like if you're going to be like in this space or in any of this business, you should really consider branding. And I think a lot of people are just like, nah, I want to sell something, but I don't want to brand myself. And I'm like, you probably could, and you might make some money, but if you have a brand that people know, people trust, they hear other people talking about, you'll do a lot better in your endeavors. But branding sounds like it's just a big hassle, when in fact, it could really be the difference between what you do or 10x what you do. You know what I mean? I just think branding gets overlooked, and it's not a quick thing.
Oh yeah, it's a slow burn. Yeah, like for example, Supreme. Now, I don't know why Supreme is so popping. It's just my understanding is Supreme is so limited and they're so popping. But I never understood the origin of how it got to this point and why people go so crazy about it. But and what they're selling are t-shirts. No, they're selling Oreos and they're selling bricks and dumb stuff, and people still buy it and go crazy about it. So it's not really about what they're selling. It's more about this lifestyle that they're selling.
You raised a super interesting question, because I never knew why Supreme was popping ever. Maybe somebody in the chat could tell us.
Sebastian B says it's rare, but it's rare on purpose. It's not like they don't have enough t-shirts, because they could easily print out more.
Yeah, you know, so like, it's basically using scarcity as the main thing.
Yeah, but it's still like, what makes it so? Is
desirable.
It like it's because like I can make a shirt and there's only 10 available.
How do you get the 2,000 or 30,000 people to want to get one of the 10 shirts?
Yeah, it's like they have like a cult like following behind stuff, and you just got to figure out how to get to that point. And if you could get to that, then you out there,
right? Basically, if anyone knows the Supreme story, please DM me or Trizza to tell us the Supreme story, because that's wild.
Documentary on it, because I definitely need to watch that.
That'd be a good documentary. Then that actually needs to be a branding documentary.
Bro, I want to see that.
Dope.
I want to see the Fashion Nova documentary, which sounds crazy, but their marketing, bro, is impeccable, dog.
I feel like you could talk to the head of whoever's in charge of Fashion Nova marketing right now if you just really wanted to. I feel like you can reach out to like 2 people and get in touch with that person.
Dog, I was sitting there when the stimulus checks dropped. They sent my girl a text and it was like, spend your stimulus check here. I was like, bro, y'all are bold.
Spend your stimulus check here.
I was like, yo, y'all are. I like it though. I was like, hey,
that nigga stimulate my business.
Right.
Damn,
spend your money
here. Wow. Okay.
Oh, they said there is a Supreme documentary. They have a long history. I'm definitely gonna have to
see somebody's cool. And shout out to whoever just let us know that.
Yeah, I definitely got to check them out, because they get the marketing down right. So you're gonna be try to sell merch and do all that stuff. Just keep that in mind. It's not a quick and easy thing unless you got some fire merch though. If you got some fire merch, which is hard, bro, coming up with witty stuff like that.
Yeah, sometimes it takes being clever. If you're clever and it's the right moment, then you can pop off. Otherwise, you just gotta have a popping brand. Yeah. Wait, I got a question for you, bro. Real quick. This is a question for you, and this is a question for everybody in the chat, because I want y'all to put this in. Who is the first producer that made you want to start producing music, or even the first song that made you want to start producing music?
So, okay, I just want to, are you talking about like, say if I met somebody, does that count?
It doesn't matter. Somebody you met, somebody that you heard through a song or whatever, just admired. But like, what is the point is what I'm looking for. And it's usually linked to a specific song, album, or producer. But what is the point that made you be like, yo, I want to be a producer?
It's weird for me. It all kind of happened around the same time. Like my brother could be in here sometimes. Like I would go to his house. It's not my blood brother. This is like one of my best friends growing up. And then now, anyway, he's my brother. And so I would go to his house and we would like always mess with Fruity Loops, right? So that same summer I went to Virginia Beach and my uncle lived in a neighborhood with this dude named Daryl King. I want to say his name is Daryl King. He produced a lot of like Gerald Levert and Tank. Like he was doing those kind of records. And so all of that happened right at the same time. And I was just kind of like, yo, this is real. You could really do this stuff. And that's when I think I took it serious. As far as like, and I'm trying to think, and then what was it? It was a Neptune song that was going crazy at that time. And I think all of that just happened. And I was like, all right, this is what I want. This is what made me, you know, I was still doing this stuff, but that's what made me take it serious.
Fire. That's fire. I think for me, mine goes back further, of course. I think it was like Pete Rock at the time. I don't even remember what year it was. I don't remember how old I was, but I was like rapping. I was like the young rapper in whatever crew I was in. I was like the kid rapper or whatever. But I used to always buy, I used to go record shopping. I used to always buy records for the people that did my beats, which was the people in my crew. I would buy the records and then just like be like, yo, let's use this sample and let's do it like this and let's do it like that. So I was kind of like low-key producing at the time, but it was just for my song because I didn't know how to physically do it and I didn't have the equipment. But then I think like Mecca and the Soul Brother was out or whatever, and I think I retired. I might have been like 11 or 12 or something like that. But I was like, yeah, I don't want to rap no more. I want to do whatever this is. But it's just funny. It's like every producer I know can turn to a pivotal time in their life. And like you said, it might have been a summer or just it's like a specific season, like where they can pinpoint like this is the point where I wanted to be a producer and I never wanted to be anything after that.
It's funny. Orso Beat says Power was the one for him. And I was like, Ghost, Tommy. then I was like, oh, Kanye. I was like, Kanye. Oh, that's what he's talking about.
Not Ghost.
Tasha St. Patrick put you on, man.
Not Proctor.
Oh, man.
I almost sent Sound Oracle my whole stimulus off GP.
Hey, man.
Shout out to Beats Music, man. For sure.
John, I always mess up his last name. Is it John Bellion? Bellion, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
He's dope. He's fire. I always mess up his last name. But yeah, he's dope.
Bellion,
I think so. See, I would say Kanye crack music. Oh, that's a
that's a good one.
Drive slow. Yeah,
that's
crack music is a joy.
By the way, the Cold Duck drums. You gotta love the Cold Duck drums. That's a sample tip. Damn. All right.
One Love. Damn, you brought it back.
That's dope because for One Love to make you want to be a producer, like you really want to be a producer. That was a different time in production.
You know, I just think for me, it was like, I didn't think it was a real job. Like I didn't, because, you know, I'm from a small town in Virginia. Nobody really did music where I was from. So it was just like, the idea of making beats was just like, all right, this is something we do for fun. You know, we had Fruity Loops demo, we just make stuff. But then when all that happened, it was like, oh, this is real. And then I'm trying to think what that Neptune song was. Maybe Super Thug? I don't know. I have to.
Oh, that would be a good one though. If it was,
it was one of the ones where I was just like, bro, this is amazing. I don't know what's going on, but I like this. I want to be a part.
Facts.
Someone said Smokey Robertson. Damn, son.
Damn, Smokey made you want to do
it? Smokey Robertson.
Like, man, if I could just find me some miracles, baby. I can go to the top, baby, if you're not afraid.
Off the wall, Michael Jackson. Hey, y'all naming some classics, boy.
I try to passively aggressively promote, not such a thing. Nah. Quincy Jones, yeah,
Quincy go status.
George Martin producing with the Beatles. Shout out to Fiction Lies. Oh, it's some goats in here. Drake, Uptown. That's a good period.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good period right there.
Kanye and Lil Jon in 2004. Ooh, great time.
Yeah. You know what? That's really not a bad time. Kanye and Lil Jon. Look at the versatility in that though. So can you imagine like if my influences are Kanye and Lil Jon, let's say it's 2004, what type of beats do you think I'm making on a daily basis? Ooh. That's a big range.
Yeah,
I think it's important to have like polarizing ranges and polarizing inspiration on what inspires you. Because if you like, oh yeah, like Quincy Jones and whoever, David Axelrod or just whoever, that range, you're gonna wake up and you're not gonna know what type of beat or what type of music that person is gonna make on a daily basis.
No, that's real.
Yeah, versus like if it was Metro and Lex Luger, which is not bad, but you kind of know what you're gonna get on any given day. Yeah.
Amir says, FYI, for anyone wanting to try out Ableton, they have a 90-day free trial going on right now. Shout out to Amir. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Amir. Also, man, if you have not used Ableton, this is not a commercial. This is not a plug. I just happen to love Ableton, and there's nothing I've ever tried to do production-wise that Ableton didn't allow me to do. So if you have a chance, it's free, 90 days. Check it out.
That's facts.
Yeah.
I look at like 2004 and 2005, like wines. You know how people are like, ooh, 1982 Chateau, whatever. That's how I look at like when someone said like Lil Jon 2004, I was like, ooh, good year. Great year. Ooh.
Oh, how do you feel about a Diddy 96?
Ooh, exquisite. Exquisite.
Sparkly.
No, that's a pretty good one. Let's see. Neptunes are the most influential producers of the last 50 years.
No one's going to argue on that. I hope not.
50 I don't know about though. Because
20.
Yeah, 20 I give. 50,
20.
Because if 50, Quincy Jones is in there somewhere. 50,
yeah, let's do 20.
You got Teddy Riley, who influenced them a lot. You know, it's a lot of people that I feel like might be influential above them. And I'm the biggest Neptunes fans. I'm in there. I'm in the fan club.
But 20, that's safe to say. Of 20, in 20 years, it's safe to say they're in the top 5.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Them and Tim, for sure.
Yeah, can't forget Tim. Tim definitely changed up a lot.
Damn, are we starting another list? Most influential producers of the last 20 years?
I feel like that one's gonna go crazy. I feel like we're gonna see some stupid ones. I'm like, man, if you don't get out of here.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Like, he just started producing last week, bro. Rico Love is an inspiration also. Yeah, Rico's fire.
Facts.
Rico is a great songwriter, great producer. Smart dude.
Shout out to Rico. Wait, hold on. Somebody says it was you, Sound Oracle. I couldn't get no beats when I moved back to New York. Oh man, shout out to H2O Ab. We were actually in college together. So yeah, I was giving a lot of people beats on campus. So when they had to move back to their respective states, it was a little tough on some people.
Man, shout out to We Transfer.
Hey, that was before we transferred. That was just regular email.
Yeah, Mike Will is fired, super fired too, underrated. Yeah, Mike is a beast, bro.
Yep.
I feel like for the new generation, he's like definitely at the top of inspiration.
Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm. And I like the way Mike Will, he celebrates having a team of people.
Oh yeah, he's smart, dog.
Yeah, I still think a lot of people, even if they don't come from a old school mentality, a lot of people come in with an old school mentality of, I want to either do things myself, everything myself, or I want to use other people but still seem like I do everything myself. And I really think we're in an age where nobody's stupid. People can read the credits. People can read what happened. People could post their own accounts of what happened. And we know that a lot of songs require quite a few producers, or at least a handful of producers or whatever, to be on each song. So the people that salute their teams and big up their teams, and just the whole team building process in general, I really salute them, because I think if you look at it, those are the people that are giving us some of the best music right now, because they realize like you could be dope at a lot of shit, but you're not ever going to be super dope at everything. So the minute you start linking up with people that are dope at the things that you aren't dope at, that's when you produce your highest quality music. So man, shout out to people like Mike Will and even Dr. Dre. Going back, Dr. Dre always talked about how he had a team of people, and people, that's Dre, that's the GOAT. But when you salute your team and you give your team some shine, not only are you just instilling the right thing in people, but you letting people know how shit really goes.
Nah, that's real.
So yeah,
Young Dub too cool in the building. Shout out to Dub, man.
What up, Dub?
Orso Beats says he made Party in the USA, which is crazy. He didn't make Party in the USA. That's Dr. Luke. I'm like 90% sure that's Dr. Luke.
Trizza jumped in on that with the yellow flag.
Yeah, that's Dr. Luke. But he did We Can't, because Tehran wrote it. Rock City wrote it. We Can't Stop. And then he did another one on there. He did a bunch of Molly stuff, but yeah, not Party in USA. Party in USA slap, bro. That's like one of my favorite pop records. Let's see.
Gerald Levert is one of my top 5 favorite R&B artists. That's Simba Got It. Shout out to Gerald Levert. I'm telling you, man, you don't want to see this beard that I just cut off. Now, I was getting my Gerald Levert on for sure.
Ronnie J is super nice with it. Yeah, Ronnie J's fire. 808.
Ronnie.
Crazy. Oh my God, Ronnie.
It's a fact.
Yo, it's kind of unrelated. Did you see the Travis Scott concert last night?
No.
So Travis Scott had a concert within Fortnite. Within the game.
Shit.
Bro, I'm not gonna front. That joint was crazy. Like,
who marketed that?
Bro, it's genius, dog. So if you went in the game, you could like run around and you could just like build stuff, and like a gigantic Travis Scott comes out and he was like lightning and fire and stuff shooting out and teleports around, and he performs songs.
Holy shit. There has to be YouTube footage of this.
Oh yeah, it's everywhere. All the gamers and stuff was on it, bro. But it's just like, I was like, yo, this is what it's gonna be like. We're gonna have to figure out our concert since nobody can go out like that. And we're gonna have to do more entertaining stuff like this. And it was really well done, bro. Like, you could tell they spent a lot of money and a lot of time.
That's fire. Also, though, I don't know if that's true, because I'm thinking enough people might be crazy to where someone's going to try to have a concert way too soon.
Oh, I'm not, bro. Yeah, I'll holler at me at 2021 December, because when I'm going to stuff like that.
Bro, when they open the country clubs and the golf courses, I'll explore going out.
Yeah.
But barbershops and beauty salons and massage parlors and tattoo parlors, I'm good.
You're not going to birthday bash?
No, I didn't go to birthday bash when everybody was healthy.
Oh man, yeah, I hated it, bro. I went to like a couple. I was like, oh my God, not my stuff.
Man, also we got a question from Oral Soul, which I thought was a really good question. The question is, which machines or controllers do you suggest for the value? Off the rip, I got 2 schools of thought on this. One for me is going to be the push. If you're an Ableton user, if you use Ableton, I wouldn't buy any other controller except for the push. Like, if you use Ableton, that's really all you would need. Everything else is going to be secondary, because unlike a lot of things, the push is a physical representation of the actual DAW. It's not like a plugin that loads up inside of your DAW as a VST and then you have to export it and get it into the DAW. It is the actual DAW, and the way it works together with it it's super seamless. Secondly, my second school of thought would be for those machines that are working as a VST inside of the DAW. Right now, and it's crazy, I don't even have one right now, but I'm really thinking about getting one. I keep talking about the MPC one.
Oh, you've been talking about it.
Yeah, which is because it's an MPC, which, Triz, I know you're not super big on controllers, but I think you could agree with me with saying it's at least one of, if not the best sequencer.
Oh, yeah. Nothing is touching the MPC sequencer.
Yeah, it's super simple. It's super easy to use. And with the MPC one, since it comes in a compact form, it has the best, I think I said this before, the best of the buttons on any other MPC that you need for dedicated things, because not everything could be done on a touch screen, but it does have the touchscreen stuff of the live and the touch. Right. Also, because it's so small and compact, I think it's only $700 right now at the time. So think about what you're going to pay for an X, which is going to be astronomical. Even a touch or a live is going to be kind of up there depending on your budget. But I think $700, that's a good price point for anybody involved, whether you're a beginner or whatever. And I think it has the best of both worlds. So I would say the push if you're able to use it, and the MPC one if you are a hardware user and don't use it.
Right. Yeah, I'm not mad. And I say, if you're looking into like MIDI keyboards, my biggest thing is just get semi-weighted. I hate those plastic feeling keyboards. Like I can't stand them. It's got to have a little give to it a little bit when I'm playing. Other than that, I mean, most MIDI keyboards are MIDI keyboards. Some people, it's crazy. I was doing a YouTube video, and I was talking about the pitch wheels. Because some people like the wheel, like I call them the Scott Storchies, the actual
up and down wheel.
Yeah, but then I prefer the rolling ones, the little joystick.
So it's the left and right and up and down joints.
Yeah, so I prefer the left and right, like the little flicky boys than the wheel.
The flicky boys.
I can't Scott Storch, very well with the wheel. You know what I mean?
Nah. I have to agree with you. I like the up and down. I like the up and down on the wheel, but that's like if I'm doing like that pseudo scratching thing that I don't do as much anymore. I don't really do it, but it's just fun when I do it. That's easier on the up and down. But honestly, on the left and right, it's the same adjustment, man. So I really take it. I would really take the modulation wheel or the pitch wheel either way.
Yeah. It's crazy because I said I prefer the other one, but then I definitely got a MIDI keyboard with the wheel boy. I switched up keyboards, so I'm about to get
into your bag, man. What kind of keyboard you got?
I had the Roland Gaia, but I wasn't using it to the full extent at all. So then I just got me a little Novation Launch Key 49, just for the crib, just something for the.
That's the one with the buttons. How many buttons it got on it? Pads, rather.
Oh, it's got, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, my bad. I cannot count. 16.
16? Oh, dope.
I never use those pads, bro. I never.
I would use them as buttons. I would just make them buttons for something. But yeah, that's dope. I want a new controller, but I don't know what to get, bro. I'm lost.
Bro, you control it up, bro. I don't think you need.
I just like to mess around with stuff and see.
They just like the Oracle, just like the flex. Oracle, just like
I like control, but I've been using the Crossfire. I told you I got the script for Ableton, so now I just kind of use it like a baby push. I've been using the Crossfire for samples and regular stuff, and the the Machine Mach 3 for drums with the little keyboard right here. But I'm probably gonna switch it up. I've been having so much time at home just to mess around with stuff, man. I've just been like switching it up.
What do I say? Change clothes. My nigga hit the Neptune's right.
So this is how not bored I am, but this is how much I start paying attention to stuff like feng shui and how much space I got. On my desk where that main monitor is, I got that shelf behind it with my sound card on it, and the Amazon Joan on it. I'm finally getting a monitor arm. I'm gonna get rid of that shelf, and I'm thinking I'm gonna gain a whole bunch of space just by being able to like move the monitor arm around and lift it up off the desk. So I think I'm about to gain about 3 feet of cubic space when that joint comes. So I'm gonna be super excited about it.
My dog about to be out here lit.
Oh yeah, next podcast I can just pull the screen, move it around, move it up, all that.
I need to upgrade. I was working on my lights. I feel like part of the studio essentials is that people don't talk about is having lights that change colors and LED strips everywhere.
100%.
I think it's science that it makes your beats better. It's like scientifically proven.
It does. I think I was an early adopter to the method of like the lights in the studio while making your beats and all that. But I think I need to get readjusted to it. Because I got a bigger space now, but I want more. I can't really like tell that I got lights changing colors in here now, but you can't tell because my overhead lighting is so bright. So I just want to get like not use the overhead lighting, but get lights in here that will keep the whole room looking colorful with it being a big space.
I was looking for my little remote, that white remote with all the colors that everybody got.
Oh man,
like,
come on!
Everybody has one. Mine's is somewhere around here.
Hey, look.
Yeah, exactly. We all, bro. Everybody got the same remote.
That's a fact. You know what? I don't even have this joint popping right now. I had it. That's why I got these Velcro joints. I had it clipped to the side of my desk so it kind of hung down and I could just hit the buttons. But I must have pressed it too hard and it just flipped off the joint.
He says, man, I don't drink, but I challenge someone to take a shot every time Oracle says 100%.
Oh, 100%. That's been my joint for like the last 4 months. I don't know why, but 100% sums up a lot about how I feel. Honestly, about 65% of the time.
Oh, so he says, I now have black lights and blackout curtains in the studio. Oh, dog, you about to.
Hey, just don't do nothing freaky in there. You're just gonna look disgusting.
And get some sunlight too. Cause remember, bro, I used to be at this studio called Doppler out here in Atlanta, right? Oof. And the room I was in, the windows was like blocked out. So, bro, I would be there at 11 in the morning, but it would make you feel like it's 4 in the morning, and so you would lose like sense of time, and I would have to like just start going outside and kind of just get adjusted again to the time because it would throw you off because it's so dark in there.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It was like a casino.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember going to Doppler and then I would go out and I'm like, yo, it's like 7 o'clock. And I think the time of year that we were there at 7 o'clock, it was like dark, like pitch black.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, it's 7 o'clock. I didn't realize I got here probably at noon and now it's 7. It's pitch black outside. Then you start being like, damn, when do I need to go home? You know?
Oh, I want to get back on the verses, but did you see the French Montana versus Young Thug versus Kendrick Lamar?
Nigga, no. Wait, what?
So French Montana goes on an interview and says he has more hits than Kendrick Lamar, which I'm like, I don't know what.
Wait, is that true? Do you think that's true?
Hell no. Ain't no way. French got hits. Don't get me wrong. He got great records. But Kendrick, I'm sure if you're comparing what for what, it ain't no way, bro.
Wait, does the crowd depend on that? If it's a crowd of 24-year-old women, who has the most?
New York? From New York?
Okay, 24-year-old women from New York.
I still think Kendrick died.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you look at the numbers, it ain't no way French got more hits. Not to take nothing away from French. French got some records. But just think, when people talk about top rappers of all times in the newer generation, they throw Kendrick in there. So I just don't think that fits. You get what I'm saying?
I have to agree with you.
So Young Thug, I think they had some beef from something else. Young Thug chimes in and was saying, bro, you crazy? I got more hits than you. And
wow.
And I'm not even gonna front.
I think he does.
I'm pretty sure Young Thug has more hits than French.
Yeah, I don't even think that's an argument.
Yeah. French is like one of those guys that's always gonna be around, but I just don't. It's not too many records where I even Unforgettable. I think of Sway Lee rather than French. I forget that French is on that record.
French seems to be, and correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, French seems to be a feature artist. Like, even if it might be his song, you may still look at him as the feature artist on that song because he might get a feature from somebody that might be a bit bigger than him most of the time. So therefore, he looks like the feature artist on a lot of his songs. Am I right?
No, that's real.
Yeah.
This is a good question. What do you consider a hit?
Damn, I feel like that's a loaded question. I don't know. At this point, I don't want to put like technical definitions on what I think a hit is. I feel like I want to think about that. But just my gut reaction is the impact of a song on a culture, or not even on the culture of people that song is intended for, but when people outside of that culture know that song, they may not know a lot about that artist. They may not know like a lot of key things, but if you mention that song, they'll be like, I know that. Or even that artist where it's going to be like a 55-year-old soccer mom who never listens to hip hop, never listens to anything R&B. But if you say Cardi B, she'll be like, I know who Cardi B is. I like Cardi B. I think the things that spark that very same thing to happen are the things that determine what a hit song is. Also, I'd like to point out, I think that hit songs are dying out.
Oh yeah.
Like, what's the last song that you can remember? And I don't even know the answers, but what's the last song you can remember that was a hit?
Old
Like
Town
that
Road.
you would consider a hit. Old Town Road. Good. That's a great one.
That's a hit.
Once
like,
again, everyone knew that song. You didn't have to listen to hip hop or trap or even country to know what Old Town Road was, to know who Lil Nas X was, and to know the chorus to the whole song, and to not have heard it 20 times.
Yeah, that's real. That's what I think of like a hit. Of just like the impact. Like Unforgettable was like that. Beats Music says 24 Karat Magic. That was a big song. That was a hit.
Yep, that was a hit for sure.
Yeah, I think once it gets outside of even the genre that it was in, you know what I mean? Because even like Britney Spears, she's got records that they'll play in the club. You know what I mean? It's just like when you get past it, when kids love it, when okay, so Zulu Child said Yummy was a hit, right? Are you talking about Bieber?
I think you're talking about Bieber though.
Yeah, I don't think that was a hit to me.
I don't think it was a hit. Nah.
I think it was a good record, but I don't think it was a hit.
It was better than 90% of people could do, but it was not a hit.
Yeah. And I think he says still if K-Dot's features are counted, then he still gets an L. Yeah, I think Kendrick got so much, man, like Swimming Pools, and then just the impact of his albums, bro, like on the culture. Like I don't think you could compare that at all.
That's the word, impact. You killed it. Yeah, it's the impact on the culture. Like I said, when you bring up a song, you bring up an artist, and people are like, "Ooh, that's that shit." That is a hit, and a hit has to have a certain amount of staying power.
Mm-hmm.
Like even with people's attention spans being shorter and songs having a shorter shelf life, the ones still with the longest shelf life are the hits of today. Where a hit back in the day might have sold 10 million and stayed on the top for a year or however many months.
Mm-hmm.
A hit today will have a shorter shelf life, but it will still have the longest shelf life of whatever is out today.
Let's see. Work by Rihanna, definitely a hit.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
All of the Stars is a hit. I don't know about that one. It's a good record.
Nah, it was a top. It was a chart topping record, but I don't think it was like a hit.
Yeah, when I think of hit, I think of like Beats Music said, Bruno Mars. Like I think of like those kind of like the impact is so crazy with those records. Like the Stars, All the Stars was a good record, and I heard it a couple places, but it wasn't like everywhere like that. Sure. It was just kind of like, all right.
So with that being said, I'm gonna ask you this: do you think that Lizzo has a hit record?
I think that that one, yeah, I definitely think that one. That because everywhere you would see people say it, it's shirts being made out. Yep. It's like that impact of like how people took it. Yeah, I would consider that one. Yeah, I can't even think of the name of it.
Me either. But you remember like a line from it.
Yeah, and then shoot, Lizzo is like a household name now compared to like, and she's been around forever, bro. She's been around for a long time.
Doja Cat status.
Yeah, that's facts. God's Plan, definitely a hit.
Yep, for sure. That's a hit.
Definitely. Young Larry O, what up, bro?
Larry, what up? Oh, Larry said back at it for sure, man. You already know.
He said, can you play it at a wedding? That's a solid test. I'm not mad at that test.
Good point. Good point.
You're talking about like a Dr. I was about to say Uncle Luke. I mean, some of them songs was hits, but you can't play that at a wedding.
That's true, but you can play Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
No, bruh. That's the song that everybody knows, bruh. You can play that anywhere, dog, and everybody gonna sing that joint.
That's back when hits were hits. Also, not to get back into verses, because we spent a lot of time on that, but what you were hearing in verses was the equivalent of hit records.
Exactly.
Bruh, people sold 10 million albums. Think about this. It's hard enough to get, first of all, you can't get the equivalent of 10 million albums sold in streams. For the newer artists, it's hard enough to get 10 million streams. These people used to sell 10 million albums where people had to physically leave their house, go somewhere with a limited amount of money and choose between 2 to 4 albums that came out that week and buy your album for an enormous price.
Right.
And you did that 10 million times.
Jeez.
Those were hits, bro. Those were hits.
Yeah,
Think
no,
about
definitely.
that. People don't even stream a song 10 million times. And you don't have to go anywhere to do it. And it costs you almost nothing. Think about that.
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
what you had to pull up.
Yeah, you had to. People would be lined up. If you like went to whatever it was in New York where the person might been there doing a sign, you would stand on line all day like you was waiting on some Jordans or something. Like, those are hits, and people be in line crying and passing out and meeting people and crying and passing out. Bro, hits. It's not a lot or any of that going on right now, to be honest with you. So
I miss buying singles.
Bruh.
That was a good time.
I miss buying singles because I miss B-sides.
Oh yeah, that was a
B-sides would be super, super dope. Some of the best singles I bought had B-sides on them. Then you get maxi singles.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if you remember those joints.
No, I remember a little bit.
Yeah, you get the single, you get the instrumental, and you get the acapella.
Right. Good
That's
times.
great. Why would you sell a consumer a acapella?
That's a good point.
Maxi single, bro. It's the difference between
that is album, a good point.
A single and the average consumer has zero use for acapella, unless you just want to hear Whitney or whoever just do their thing with no music. But really, acapellas were totally unnecessary. It wasn't even for
never
DJs.
Thought about that.
Yeah, the maxi single, just so we could put maxi in front of it and charge you in between what a album and a single will cost. We're going to take you a little bit higher than the single, and we're going to charge you for the maxi single. And I used to buy them joints every time, bro.
See, he says, has the Baby made a hit song? I think so.
So now I think we get into another category of a hit. It depends on your audience.
Yeah, but I think. Yeah, no, I feel you, but I just feel like the Suge joint was just so big. You know what I mean? It's almost like that Lizzo thing. It's like with the Lizzo songs, I might not listen to it because it's not really my vibe, but I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I see how other people are influenced by it. To me, that's how the Baby records are. And I don't think he's got a bunch of them yet, but I think he's got. It's like Meg Thee Stallion. She's got like a hit or two. You know what I mean? She's got a solid couple ones, and now the door is opening up for him to be at that level. So I don't think it
depends on the audience.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I mean, you have a hit to somebody, and I don't mean like to like to your mom, but like there's an audience that's of enough size to where they're like, no, this is a hit. To me, that's a hit for you. If that was your demographic and it's of a certain size, then yes, you have a hit. My aunt in Bedford, Pennsylvania, or something like that, she might not know what it is because she might not know what the Baby is. Oh, you know what I mean? But the Baby fans would be like, yo, nah, he got hits. He got like 4 or 5 hits. So I think it's different level of hits. I just think that the time of 10 million albums, like the feeling you would get off those types of joints, I think that shit is over.
Roddy Ricch, the box is a hit. No, that's facts. That's
a hit. That is a hit. That's a super hit.
Do you think Chris Brown got hits or just a loyal fan base?
Nah, he got hits.
Play the guy. Don't play the guy. Chris like
hits. That. He got hits. You understand what I'm saying?
You know what I think his biggest hit is probably the one people won't think, but Forever. I'm pretty sure that's one of his top records.
Oh yeah, I'm not mad at that tape at all.
That joint is in The Office. That's when I knew that record was out of here, bro. When they had there was the double mint gum commercial.
Bro, it was over. It was over.
That is like a hit, bro.
Yeah.
Zulu Child says, what do you think needs to happen to have hits again? Is trap going to be the move to make it happen? Does it need to evolve, or do we need to move on to something else?
I think because of the fan and the limited attention span and just how music is consumed, how much music costs or doesn't cost right now, all of that changes it. I don't think that era of what we call hits will ever be back. So I think we just have to redefine
Yeah.
what is a hit, because it's a total different time, and it's not like it's a phase and it's gonna go back to whatever was in Jet magazine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna happen. It's just
Page
gonna be what
63.
it is. Facts. It's just gonna be what it is. So I think we just gotta redefine what's a hit for what's currently going on now. And I mean, sure, because I think it's some people with hits now for the time. They got some big hits. But if you're trying to compare them to like a Babyface type,
Yeah,
you ain't got no hits. Like, you streamed a couple million. Babyface sold 10 million. It's just different. I think it's a whole different scale. You can't even go back to the same measurements.
Yeah, I think it's like hits, and then it's like hits, and like Babyface and Teddy, Lil Jon, T-Pain, like all of them, they were playing hits. They were playing them big boys. And then like what you see on TikTok, to me those are hits, but they're baby hits. They're little light hits. You know what I mean? It's still great.
Little jabs, little jab.
Yeah, it's a great accomplishment, but it's not like it don't hold the same weight.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Like, a stream is not a sale to me.
Exactly. Like the Tootsie Slide. It's just like I don't really care for that record. Crazy enough.
Me either, but I don't think it's for you. I don't think it's for me. But I can see where people would say it's a hit for. It's like the difference between a hit and a hit for now. And this is from an artist who has made hits.
Right. Now that makes sense.
But it's a hit for now. Even for him, it's a hit for now.
That's real.
Yeah. I
miss Jet page 43 every issue. Was it 43 or 63?
Nah, it was in the back, dog. It was an upper number. It was I wanted to say like 72 or 62.
Jet page.
It was different in every episode, but man, listen, if you were a young black man in that time, you checked for, in this order for me, the album of the week, the single of the week, and then the beauty of the week.
Facts, big facts.
And the beauty of the week was always from California or Maryland. And since I lived in the DMV, I'm like,
it was
always winning. Yeah.
I think you might be right. I think it might be 43. I knew it was a 3 at the end.
I thought it was way back though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I thought it was like in the back of the magazine.
Yeah, Wise Jet Beauty of the Week always on page 43. He's right, 43.
Damn, shout out to you. First of all, I don't know if I'm worried about you or shout out to you. Just shout out to you, I guess.
You know what vibes you was on.
43. We have before homework. Let me see what's on page 43.
He said, "Take You Down" by Chris Brown is a bigger record. No.
Then what?
Then Forever. Ain't no way.
Nah. You tripping.
Ain't no way, cuz.
No.
Look at the numbers Forever did, bro. Forever was one of them records, bro. And Polo did that joint, didn't he?
Come on, man. Polo, and I want to say Polo and JP. And I'm gonna tell you something. I think I want to say I have the files for that record, like the actual stems for that record. I will check. Shout out to whoever just bought that course. But yo, I will check my files. I think I have the actual stems to that record because I had to do something there.
Oh, Brian Kennedy. Is that Black Elvis?
Brian Kennedy.
That's who did it.
Damn.
I know that name, bro. I can't think of why. I think it's Black Elvis.
Then I definitely have the stems to something else.
Yeah. So yeah, hit Young Classic. What up? Shout out to Young Classic.
Facts. Hold on. Oh, we have this is a really good question from Oral Soul Beats. Hold on, let me get my screen right. He says, what are some suggestions for genre blending? Okay, I got one. When you think about blending genres, you usually think about the sound of one genre blending with the sound of a different genre. But how about like taking certain aspects of a genre, not just the sound, but certain other aspects of it and blending it with a different one? Like, for instance, if it could be the tempo of typical trap with the scale of another genre. You know what I mean? So like taking different parts of what you may like about a genre, because when we talk about genres, we think about the genre as a whole, and we're like, yo, I like the sound of this, I like the sound of that. But if you break it down even further and make it elemental, like, yo, what's the typical BPM of this? What's the typical scales of this? Or, you know, what's the typical rhythm of this? And then you start combining those minor elements. I think that's a real dope way to blend genres, where maybe even you're the only person that knows that you're blending two different genres together. But I think it's a lot, it's just a lot more surgical way to blend genres to me.
I mean, I think Tim is like one of the greatest ever to do that. Like,
facts.
Think about Tim taking like those like the Arabian samples and like the, you know, he was taking all those and he made it his own kind of style. Like, anytime you hear a sample like that, it's associated with Tim now. Of course. That's what I think of. And then it's like Scott Storch secondly. With the little bendy strings, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's a certain type of scale. That's a certain type of tempo. That's a certain type of this, that, and the third. Yeah.
And him combining that with those drums he had, it was just like it was a whole like movement of just like, I'm gonna take the best part of rap and these ratchet drums is gonna knock, and then I'm gonna put it over these like different scales to where, like, I remember when I heard Big Pimpin' Dog, I was like, I don't know what's going on, bro. Like, how did you even get to this, bro? I was confused by it. Like, it was a lot, but it was so great though. It was just like one of the things of like, I don't think I've ever heard anything like this before.
Yeah, as much as I would like to not demonetize our channel, I'm going to go ahead. Those are what I call what the fuck sounds, or certain aspects of a record where you just hear it and you're like, yo, I don't even know what's going on. I've never heard this before. And when you ask people what they want, they can only describe what they want based off of what they know or what they've had before. That was a time in music where somebody showed you something you didn't know really existed, or that you didn't know went together. You could have never told Timbaland or Missy or anybody from that time or that point that, like, you couldn't have been like, yo, I want this and I want that, because you didn't even know these things went together.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? And they showed you something that you didn't even know that you wanted, and then you wanted it more and more once you knew it existed. And I think that that's a subtlety, not only to music, but to marketing as well, where people can only tell you what they know. But when you present them with something that they didn't even know existed and they didn't know that they wanted, and now that's the thing that they want, I think once you can get to that, you are definitely a master at whatever you're trying to do. And that is what Tim, that's what Missy, I would even say Devontae, that's what a lot of people did at that time that made it so great, because not only was it such a great thing, but it happened a lot. It happened a lot. It doesn't happen that frequently now.
Yeah, I feel like it happens more on the artist side, because like when people talk about like Lil Uzi, like I look at him like a rock and roll, like he's a rock star to me. He's not really a rapper to me. Like his melodies, like Juice WRLD, the same way. Their melodies are just like, it's very rock oriented. Rather, they just happen to do it over rap type beats. You know what I'm saying? But their whole flow and everything was more of a different style. And I feel like with production, it's not as much now, but more for the artists, they combine those kind of things.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. You're right. The artists now are taking more of a chance than producers are.
Cause man, you remember when like Lil Jon had that whole rock and roll trap? I loved it, bro. Like that was like a whole movement of like the whole like rock and roll super 808 kind of joints. And
think about Trick Daddy even used like Ozzy Osbourne samples.
Yeah.
All that.
Going crazy. And I mean, even when you was talking about Devontae, he was like big because it was just like, I'm taking these hip hop drums and I'm mixing it with this super, if you stripped away the drums, it's the most beautiful R&B ballads. Exactly. But then when you hear the drums, it's like, yo, these are crazy.
And the one thing I'll say about Devontae, his synth programming and the kind of the mixing and the detuning of it was kind of like you know how it's like the RC20ish vibe now with the wobblies. He was kind of like the RC20 vibe of the day, because the things that Jodeci songs would have in terms of like sound design for synthesizers would just be way ahead of their time. Then, like you said, he'll take these knocking drums and then put these like ratchet knocking hip hop drums over that type of sound design, and it just created a sound that was ahead of its time. So it's no wonder that like a Tim would come from that camp, or Missy would come from that camp, or Genuine would come from that camp. You know what I mean? It just breeds that, and I think I want to see a lot more of that going on now. I don't know how celebrated it is, but it kept music fun and it kept music interesting. Nothing else.
And it's kind of piggyback. Zulu Child says, do you think it's possible for production in this day and age to bring that? I didn't know it even, I even wanted that factor to music, kind of like the way that Tim.
The crazy thing about it is I think now it's even more achievable now. It happens less, and I think it's celebrated less. But think about how much technology has progressed since then, and how much the barrier to entry has lowered. A lot more people can get into production. There's a lot more technology to make somebody who hasn't been doing it that long to sound as be as creative and sound as different as possible. So now, even though it's not happening at the rate it was happening back then, I feel like the technology and the barrier to entry is so low, it could actually be happening more. I just don't think it's encouraged. I don't think it's celebrated because things are so easy to do. Back then you had to have a certain level of passion, and it had to be like kind of in you. Like the Michael Jordan doc is really what's popping right now. And people talk about how hard Michael Jordan worked, and he was like, I wanted to be the best. I want to be the best person to ever play here. It was kind of like that attitude back then. Like, I just want to be the best at it. And that's what made you do things like that. It wasn't that you could make things really different, because it was harder to do, but now it's easier to do. But I think a lot less people have the attitude of, I want to be the best person to ever do this, and more the attitude of, I saw somebody, we off of Instagram. I guess I can wrap it up on YouTube, but it's more like, I saw somebody doing this and I feel like I can do it too. I think that's more or less what's happening now.
Yeah, I agree. And I just think too, like, like back then it was like more separation. You know what I mean? It's like Virginia had their own thing, the West Coast had their own thing, the East Coast had their own thing, and then everybody, so we didn't know what the West Coast was doing. You know what I mean? Like, we kind of knew, but we didn't. Now everything is so blended together. It's just kind of like, I'm not necessarily surprised by something because I've already been kind of experienced to it.
Yep, exactly.
In a way. So, but I think somebody's gonna come through with something. The tempo is gonna change. Somebody's gonna come through with something. You'll be like, bro, I did not expect that.
Yeah, it's gonna happen because it's easier for it to happen now. I just think it's just not what people want. But if you want, man, I just went back live on Instagram one last time. If you want to just jump in here and we could just close it out, because I know you got some stuff that you got going on you want to talk about. And we can make it quick.
Bad.
Yeah. I feel like Teddy Riley. I'm looking for Trizza Face in the chat. There he is. Hey, Trizza Face. Damn, I just waved at you, bro. What the fuck?
Tell him to back out and come back in and send the request again.
Facts. Come back out. Come back in. Hey, yo, what are y'all doing, Slim? What are y'all doing? Tap his
name, bro. Yo, they need to make a PDF guide for every verses. This is the instruction manual.
I think they need to send us an equipment suggestion, a setup for that equipment suggestion, a allotted sound check for that battle, and then another sound check for that battle. I think we'll all be good to go, and that should be based off of the top three people with the top three best audio setups we've seen in versus thus far. But anyway, man, listen, it's been a great show. It's been another Friday. We about to get up out of here, but before we get up out of here, tell the people what you got going on at theproducerkit.com.
Man, got a crazy sample packs going on at theproducerkit.com. Make sure you sign up to the mailing list. I got some dope stuff. I was about to say what it was, but some dope stuff coming out. Probably I'm gonna guesstimate next week. The only reason I haven't did it yet is just because I'm waiting on something just to see, trying to quality control, test some stuff, make sure everything is the way I want it to be. So once that gets done, I'm gonna be dropping a lot of this stuff. And then tomorrow, me and Diego are gonna be on live. So make sure you follow me. We're gonna be listening to the beats, giving feedback, talking about the chorus. So we're just gonna be on there vibing.
Facts, man. Hey. Hit the producerkit.com and sign up for that newsletter so you can be on the mailing list to see when that's going live tomorrow. Also, check out soundoracle.net. Realistic and I have the art of beat mixing that's out now. Honestly, I believe that your sound is your life because your sound determines what your success is if you're a music producer. So this course, I believe, will change your sound, and therefore, I believe it could change your life. Check out soundoracle.net. Click on the main banner, the art of beat mixing. I can just say hundreds have been sold. People are going crazy over it because it's really changing their life and it's making the beats sound 10 times better, which is the reason why artists pick your beats, which is the reason why A&Rs forward your beats, replacements, etc. I'm not going to tell you. Just hit soundoracle.net, check it out for yourself, and you'll see why.
Yes, sir.
For sure, man. But thank you all for tuning in on another Friday. This has been another episode of Unquantized Podcast, and we will see you next week.
Peace.
Later.